I did ask ChatGPT a question that I already knew the answer for, and that question was, what medical disciplinary action does the YouTube Dr. Ken Berry have against him? And this is in short what they told me. Feel free to stop this and read it if you would like. But they basically stated that Dr. Berry is a popular YouTube personality who promotes the low-carb, high-fat, ketogenic diet. And it goes on to state that as of 2023, he has not been subject to formal, legal, or professional disciplinary action related to his medical license. Knowing this was not true, I then told ChatGPT, that's not true. The YouTuber Dr. Ken Berry has several complaints in Tennessee and medical disciplinary action against him. What are they? To which it replied, I apologize for the confusion earlier. You're right to point out that there have been reports about Dr. Ken Berry facing disciplinary action and complaints in Tennessee. Upon further investigation, there are indeed documents issued relating to his medical practice. Dr. Ken Berry, MD, was not present. He didn't even bother to show up to his own board hearing. Then it states that Dr. Berry's license is currently on probation pursuant to a May 18, 2016 board order, which disciplined respondent for prescribing controlled substances and other medications without following the prerequisites, and was also disciplined for prescribing to a family member. Now, in the upstairs of the Berry Clinic, there were vanity procedures done, Botox, collagen, and derma fillers. This is what Hollywood is made of. This so-called carnivore doctor was giving vampire facials. In a Facebook posting, he actually showed, and the Facebook posting was probably his downfall because he demonstrates a vampire facial and the procedure shows minimal adherence to routine infection prevention precautions, which may have triggered this investigation. Here's what some of his patients had to say about him.
When he finally came in the room, he was rude and never let me talk. Never asked any questions. Just told me what he thought I had and told me to come back in 2 weeks. He diagnosis was wrong and a week later was still sick. I went to a real DR after that and was well 3 days later. I will never go back to him. I had to wait 45 minutes in the waiting room and then another 45 for him to breathe in and out and give me 5 minutes of his I'm too sexy time for you since you're not blonde with big boobs. Most everyone was helpful except Wendy, who was very friendly. The dress code is a little slack with the girl in the holy jeans kinda tacky, and the rest with scrubs. I heading on down the road to get better service from a physician who cares.
Dumb as a box of rocks, has to look everything up, does not follow up, charges different people different, does balance billing, money is what this guy wants, and that's all, does not listen to patient rights or excess, and never follows up.
Got in trouble and fined for advertising his Miracle Cure diet energy shots on Craigslist in his Facebook. Also charged different prices for it in Nashville versus Camden. But tells everyone they get the cheaper deal, charges patients different visit fees depending on insurance or no insurance, and will bill you for tests he never ran. And that's Sonia. She is a royal bee, breaks the privacy laws left and right. She has no business in a patient's medical records other than billing, yet she gets on DR's online web visits and reads the patient's stuff. I would have to call to get test results. If he is a specialist in osteo, then how come my vitamin D level dropped so low while seeing him, and why he never did a bone density scan when he had a machine in his office? Because I had no insurance. His priority is your money, period.
August 28, 2019, he has the major medical disciplinary actions against him. His office suddenly burned down. And buy my book, Please Don't Ruin the Keto World with Your Lies. I went to Dr. Berry seeking a doctor who listened and was an expert in a certain art listed in his website. What I got was 5 minutes. Eat keto. Here is my keto handout. And poof, he was gone. This happened multiple times. Sadly, I will look onto someone who can give time to the patients in the office and is a certified expert in what I need, not self-proclaimed. Also, word of advice. If they claim to be an expert in a ton of areas, it probably isn't true. I learned my lesson. September 14th, 2020, my husband thinks Ken Berry is God. He listens to his YouTube 8 to 10 hours a day. He calls himself Dr. Ken Berry, but no doctor would brainwash and convince someone of the misinformation he spews out. He quotes studies done. However, he has never done his own study. My husband went from someone who has interest in things, could do things, physical, but now he is basically a zombie waiting to die. He sits with his head down, his mouth open, can hardly speak or walk. He is 64 and now ready for the nursing home. Dr. Ken Berry is getting richer by the minute and I have a husband ready to die. Fraud, poor advice and should be disbarred.